Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
I wanna
Do it.
Today, we are back with another requested reaction, and it is our first time reacting to this group on our channel.
Yes.
We will be reacting to Kingdom.
We are reacting to this rookie boy group called Kingdom for the first time on this channel, and they've been highly requested since their debut. Unfortunately, we will not be reacting to their debut Excalibur. We have watched that on our own time beforehand. Instead, we are reacting to their most recent comeback today called Karma. By the time this video is out, it will have been around a month since it came out. But we still don't know too much about Kingdom, and for those of you also who might not really know them, they are, to our understanding, a 7-member boy group from GF Entertainment. Their concept is interesting. Their name is Kingdom because like each of the members is of a different kingdom. Their names are inspired by like different kings or emperors, rulers in history. That being said, we watched their debut. Now it's time to watch their first comeback. Let's go! Oh, so it's right.
Mhm.
This was at the end of the other one. So I guess...
To my understanding, each concept or comeback is going to be focused on a different member.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder what they're gonna do after they get through all of them.
Start over. I already love it though.
Yeah, I noticed they use a lot of props. Wow, costumes.
Mm. These costumes are beautiful.
I mean, yeah, they're using very traditional instruments in this, which makes sense because this is the one that it's focused on. And it's very...
Their shoulders stay very erect.
Is it? Do you think
Like,
it's because
very,
of
like-
their costumes, or is it because of their?
No, it was in the debut too. It's just their concept.
Because they're supposed to be kings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like how that's been lingering up. Oh yeah, there's been a lot of effects. Yeah, they do weird things with the measures there. The posing. Oh.
What I want to say is going to take too long to explain, which is why I'm
I was like, because I hear you taking a breath, like you're about to say something, so that's why I haven't been saying anything.
yeah, I'll say it later.
But then you don't say it, so I'm like, Peyton? That's so pretty. And then they yeah.
The procession.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, the water sounds. Oh.
I'm kind of surprised they had floor work.
Really?
Yeah. I'll say why later. Again, it's gonna take me too long.
I love those fans. The next one. It's gonna be a winter comeback.
I mean, time
The
probably,
timeline
yeah.
works out too. Oh!
Time for comments. So first I want to talk more like conceptually speaking. One thing that I noticed, so obviously they were using the fans, which are really beautiful and they're a really great effect, and they give the stage a lot of depth and a lot of movement. So the function of the fans on stage is mirrored in the function of their outfits. And obviously the outfits are conceptually and like time period appropriate for what they're going for, but they have a lot of accessories added onto them that are like hanging strings and hanging fabric that are tied onto them that aren't part of the original outfit, which mimics what the dancers are doing with the fans. And that's something that you learn a lot in choreography composition classes, are making the outfit have the same function as the prop. That way their hands stay free, but they can still do the same choreography. And so I thought that was really interesting because a lot of the choreography is made so that you get the movement of the fabric, whether it's of their outfits or of the fans. And then something else that was really interesting about the composition of the choreography is the contrast between the verses and the choruses, because the choruses are very strong and the verses are a lot more delicate. And obviously that makes sense because of how the song is structured, but the verses especially highlighted the musicality that the members have, because a lot of what is happening in the verses for choreography is smaller, more delicate movements that is highlighting the more delicate traditional instruments that you hear a lot more clearly during the verses. And a lot of it is little like hand movements. So you have like rolling through the entire finger, like grabbing something, but letting your hand sort of like wrap around. So it was a very stark contrast between the two. Something else I mentioned was that their shoulders stay very erect. Yes, it does have to do with the costumes like you were saying, but I noticed the same thing in their debut. And I do think it has to do with the fact that they are conceptually based on kings and they're trying to be like imposing, erect, like powerful. And that's not to say that their shoulders never move, because they are doing shoulder isolations. They are like letting their bodies sort of swirl around. But I find it interesting because a lot of times the style of dance we see in K-pop is more on like the urban hip hop side. And the way your body is set for that is a little bit more back, not like hunched, but just sort of like set back a little bit. But the style that they're doing is a lot more like upright, and their body is more in line rather than sort of like set a little bit further back. So I thought that was interesting. And that is related to how I said, oh, I'm kind of surprised they have floor work in this. Typically speaking, and this is more from like my ballet background, when you have someone portraying a royal, you don't have them ever go to the ground because it shows like defeat or it shows weakness. So the way that I was thinking about it afterwards was like, okay, so since the song is called Karma and they're talking about like karma coming back around for you, maybe that's sort of representing the moment when karma comes and like hits, if it's hitting in a bad way. I guess the last thing I was going to say is just like the production quality is so high, like from start to finish. And I am very intrigued about what is going to come in the next, probably winter comeback. Hopefully we're right about that. And third.
The first comment that I wrote down, it's basically related to yours that you said. The instrumental of the song is like so clearly fitting for the concept and style that they're going for. The use of the traditional instruments. They are like the highlight key focus of the song when they occur, which is for most of the song. The only time where you don't hear that is in the chorus, because like the entire shift and change in the style and vibe of the song, you hear a little bit of like the flute sound, like once every measure, I would say. But the main focus really becomes the synths and this really, really deep, heavy, grounded bass. I wouldn't say aggressive, but it becomes a lot like harsher in what you're hearing. But also in the chorus, there's this one line that really stuck out to me. I didn't check who's singing it, I'm sorry, but it's chromatic. Chromaticism is just when the notes that are like a half step apart from each other. When something is chromatic, it's like really off-putting, and that really fits for the chorus because like the sudden change, it's becoming a lot like more and also I feel like chromaticism is really fitting with a concept like karma, because like yes, karma can be good, but a lot of people like find karma like, I don't know what to expect, what's gonna come, which is kind of like what you associate with chromaticism of like off-putting. And I was saying like in the choruses, the traditional instruments are really cut out except for like a little bit of the flute sound, but in the final chorus you do hear them more, like they're basically overlapping the usage of the instruments in the verses with like the synths and bass of the chorus for the final chorus. That being said though, not that they're completely drowned out, but they definitely are kind of overpowered by the synths from the chorus because they are just so like heavy and grounded. I liked the change that they had at one point in the final chorus too. They have this like really distorted synth line that's happening, like doo-doo-doo. Another thing that I liked that they used, I think I kind of said in the reaction, was the use of the water sounds. They use it right from the very beginning, and like it's one of the first things that you hear at the intro of the song. Outside of the music video, if you're just listening to the song instead of seeing all this stuff visually, it helps create the setting, like establish the setting, concept, style that they're going for alongside the like traditional instruments that you're hearing. And then as the song progresses, every single time you hear the water sounds again, it's like recentering sort of back, like, yes, like this is the concept that's happening. And then the last thing that I wanted to say was to explain something that I said in the reaction, where I was like, between the verses transition into the pre-chorus, I was like, oh, something's weird, or like something was weird about that measure. On second listen, I realized that it's not like a half measure or anything, like it's a full measure, it's fine, that's normal. But if you think about the phrasing in this song, I'm assuming a phrase is 2 measures, and in 4/4 time that would be 8 counts. There's 1 measure in between the verse and the pre-chorus that isn't part of a phrase, but it's necessary to be there because the pre-chorus melodic line starts on a pickup. Unless you want the singing of the verse and the pre-chorus to overlap, then you need that measure there. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that. That's all my comments.
Alright, so TLDR is we reacted to rookie boy group Kingdom for the first time. We missed their debut song. We're sorry about that. So belated congratulations on your debut. They have a very interesting concept, like just as a group, and that's very clearly being shown through their different releases. This one with Karma, where they're highlighting their different members, and we are intrigued to see what they do next.
But if you would like to talk more with us about Kingdom, let us know some information about them because we still don't really know them that well. Or just anything in general, feel free to reach out to us in our socials, which are linked in the cards. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!